monkeys are following me because I just took this car. Obviously the car doesn't belong to me. It's not my style. It belongs to Dick Hotchkiss, a California state senator. You remember Dick? He's the guy that tried to ban rap music because he feels that the lyrics promote violence. It's music, Dick. He's also the guy that wants to pull every video game off every shelf in the country because he feels that the video games diminish the intelligence of our youth.
Back in the 90s and 2000s, censorship was like the biggest thing. It was like a huge political divide between Republicans and Democrats. Now, the reason I brought this up is because of Ready or Not. I love Ready or Not. I have hundreds of hours in this game. Now look at these censorship. So before she's convulsing and after she's sleeping. These changes are not big. In fact, they're not even that like impressive, really. They're just slight deviations. I don't think it's a big deal. But it's not about the changes. It's about the ethics of it. We already purchased this game. To change it now retroactively is a betrayal, I think. And it leaves such a sour taste in my mouth. One of the reasons I wanted to make a quick PSA about this is because censorship leads to something like this.
Committee building. Everyone is waiting for one man. Nicolae Ceausescu, Romania's supreme leader, self-proclaimed genius of the Carpathians, and dictator for more than 24 years. At first glance, it might look like just another state-sponsored gathering, another choreographed show of support for the regime. But something is different this time. The atmosphere is tense. The usual cheers of "Long live Ceausescu" are missing. Behind the orchestrated display, something is brewing. Something irreversible. Only days earlier, in the western city of Timișoara, the first cracks in Ceausescu's regime had begun to show.
Yeah, think of Romania. Romania is literally the perfect example. This is the man. He was one of the biggest censorship dictators in the world. This guy tried to pretend for weeks that there weren't millions of people in the street. And they censored it all. But in the end, it didn't matter. Look at that. You can't censor this. And that's what censorship leads to. It leads to a critical mass. And it always starts off small, but it snowballs into something far greater. And I think no matter what, there's only a few edge cases where censorship really, really makes sense. And honestly, this is not one of them. This is just corporate overreach. This is Karen regulatory bullshit. I mean, look at this. This is nothing. And I mean, we already had this conversation back in the 2000s, which is why I brought up XXX. It was a big thing in the culture. Vin Diesel on like major Hollywood pictures are talking shit about like the government officials.
Come on, Dick.
Come on, Dick. What are you doing, bro? And you also, this was one of the big turning points, is Rockstar.
Wake up. You're not dead. Well, not yet, anyway. You're getting a second chance. Another throw of the dice.
Another throw of the
As far as
dice.
the world is concerned, you died back in the chamber. Justice was served.
Manhunt was like the critical mass of late 90s to early 2000s censorship. Rockstar changed the game with Grand Theft Auto and Manhunt and all these early games. They got so many lawsuits, but they pushed through. And that's why Rockstar is legendary, because anybody who grew up in the time knew that Rockstar was going to make their game regardless of if they got sued to shit or not. Now, obviously, Rockstar is a very different thing today, and you can scarcely see any of that rebellious energy in them nowadays. But Ready or Not is a game I love, and it sucks to see this. It sucks to see mostly negative reviews, but I think it's justified. Hell, I left one. I didn't say anything, nothing self-righteous. I love this game, but I hate censorship. And I'll change my review as soon as they change their policy. It's that simple. And I don't know why they're doubling down, because this is setting them up to lose more money in the long run. Because if they try to release more DLC for this game, the core of their audience is going to protest them. And so I think this was a massive mistake. It's really a shame. And I hear people saying, where is it? It was right here. Oh, if I could find it. Yeah, well, regardless, there's a bunch of people in the comments, and I think they're shills, bro. I honestly do. Is censorship that bad? People are blowing this out of proportion. People who are blowing this out of proportion have foresight, and they have the ability to follow trends. They have the ability to see exactly what's happened over the last 20 years, which is the fact that it always starts small, but it snowballs out of proportion. And I pulled up this. This is really cool. There's this site called Hysteriana, and they have an entire timeline of the rise and fall of totalitarian regimes and dictatorships. You got France's Spain, fascist Italy, Nazi Germany, post-1945 Hungary, Polish Republic, Yugoslavia. It's got everything. And if you go through this, every single fall of government ends with overreach. Every single one of them. You can pull this up and look, see, you can pull up more and read about everything all the way to the point where it's over. It always starts with censorship and then it ends in overreach. Maybe it's being blown out of proportion, but I personally think not. Either way, I'm out. That's my PSA for Ready or Not.